Region 2, how are you feeling? I love you, Region 2. Tonight I feel so good. I have faith in the future of Region 2. I have confidence in the common sense of Region 2. We are going to win this thing right here in Region 2. There is no stopping us now. I tell you, I came here in April 2017, 2012, whatever it is. I came back here and I went to the Regional Agricultural Commercial Exhibition. And when I saw what you all could produce in this region, the coconut water, the rice, the timber, the fish, the juices, everything you could want, you can get out of this region. This region is the rice bowl of Guyana, the food basket of Guyana. Some people thought it was a basket case, but it's the food basket of Guyana. You all should be rich. Somebody holding you back, and I know it's who? It's the PPP holding you back. Pomeroon Supernam is a powerhouse. You can feed this whole country, but you have a leadership problem. You have a stewardship problem, a partnership problem. People are not prepared to build partnerships in this region. They believe in winner takes all. People are not prepared to give stewardship and leadership in this region. They believe they can do it all by themselves. But they are wrong. The population of this region is dropping under the PPP. That is part of the problem. People are running away from Region 2 because of the PPP government. People are leaving this region, abandoning some productive facilities, and the population is dropping because of leadership. There's a crisis in the PPP, an internal crisis eating away at the support of the PPP candidate and the PPP leadership. And there's a crisis outside of the PPP, and the crisis is right here, and the color of the crisis is green and gold. We are giving them the jitters. Look at this tongue. Anna Regina, beautiful tongue. This is the 50th anniversary year. And Regina has all the banks, it has restaurants, it has stores, it has police station, fire station. It is the capital town, and today, for the first time, as Moses said, we established a radio station. That ever happened before? And Regina now has its own radio station because we care. We care about you. A region that is bigger than Trinidad. We want to make sure that every corner of this region could hear your voices. Right now, they're seeing you live streaming. You heard about the performance of your students right here in the multilateral school. They're as good as any other part of the country. Your farmers and workers are as good as any other part of the country. You don't have to be poor. You're only poor because the PPP leadership in this region is keeping you poor. And we have to change that. We have to make a decision tonight that this is the month that we will decide that on the 2nd of March next month, the PPP has to go. There was a time when Granger came here, and the municipality rented the municipality and removed the elected members and installed his own cronies. I will never appoint an IMC to replace elected members of any council, neighborhood, or municipal. That is what the PPP was doing. They went through bogus elections. 20 years. They ran government without running a single local government election. And within 10 months, not 10 years, 10 months after the APNUAFC went into office, we had local government elections. And they couldn't have it in 20 years. And we had it twice. We had it again in 2018. Why are they so afraid? I am not afraid. I am unbothered. But we didn't win. But we had democracy. But next time we will win. And I will tell you why we must win. Because unless the APNU and AFC control the RDC and the NDCs in this region, you're not going to have a good life. You're not going to have a good life. You need to ensure that there's maximum turnout. At the local government elections, the PPP won 80%. 80%. The APNUAFC got one single NDC. That cannot work. We fought for local government. We fought to empower you. We want to empower the villages. We want to empower the households. We want to empower the communities. But you have to do your part, Pomeroon Supernam. You have to turn out the numbers. It didn't happen in 2018 local government elections. It didn't happen in 2015 general and regional elections. We have to change all that. And we have to change it by making sure that every eligible voter goes out to vote on the 2nd of March. This is a year of decision for Pomeroon Supernam. We either move forward with the APNUAFC or we stagnate with the PPPC.
Forward ever!
You know, when people talk about ideas, when people talk about ideology, my ideas come out of the Pomeroon River. My ideology comes from among you, the people. Because when I was campaigning, Sandra and I went into the Pomeroon River and she gave a little child a book. A 12-year-old girl, Sandra thought the girl just passed National Grade 6. The girl said, "Miss, I can't read." She's 12 years old and can't read. Sandra said, "Why you can't read? Your eye bad?" She said, "Nah, I don't go to school." "Why you don't go to school?" "Mommy can't afford to send me to school." And that is why the program of the 5B started, right here in the Pomeroon Supernam region. Because a little girl cannot go to school. I said, when I become president, I'll put a boat in the Pomeroon River to take children to school.
Forward ever!
And I became president, and I put boat in the Pomeroon River. And I put boat in the Demerara River. And I put boat in the Berbice River. And I put boat in the Kanji River. My brothers and sisters, APNUAFC believes in people. When we come here, we find out what your problems are. And one of those problems was the 5Bs, that children couldn't get to school. We give them bicycles, we give them buses, we give them boats. Another problem is the meals. We give them meals so they can get to school and eat something, put something warm in their stomach. We give them the presidential grant so indigenous communities get $30 million to help projects. We give them the sled under the Ministry of Sled. That's the lady in the green dress there, the Minister of Sled, Amna Ali. Yes, thank her. sustained livelihood, entrepreneurial development. And there was, when we launched the SLED program, there was a little girl who came out of the New Opportunity Corps. She's not ashamed of being in the New Opportunity Corps, but she stand up and said, look, because of SLED, I am now a businesswoman. That is what APNUAFC is doing for young women. But there's a problem in this region. In 2000, Regina had a population of about 12,000. During the Jagdeo years, the population declined by 5%. That is what is happening. In 2000, Pomeroon, Supanam had a population of nearly 50,000. By the end of the Jagdeo years, the population had dropped 5%. The Jagdeo years were years of decline, years of disaster. And there's no doubt that the PPP has continued to win elections, general elections in this region, local government elections. But by now you should see that no matter what they do, they cannot develop this region. And if you want regional development, you have to come over to the APNUAFC side. We are supporting development. We supported your empowerment by allowing you to re-elect your NDCs and your town councils. We're supporting development. You've seen the difference in your roads and your streets and the street lights. We're supporting the development of people by ensuring there are better schools and better health centers. We're supporting the subvention to villages and to women's groups. We will continue to strengthen the grassroots organizations in this region. What we have to do is install a strong APNUAFC government after the 2nd of March. And once we take control of this region, development will take off. It will not take off under the present administration. We present opportunity to you. We present the promise of a better life. There's much that could be done with your produce. We want to make sure that every child goes to school. And that is a vow that they want you to take as individuals, as parents. Make sure your children go to school. If you don't have bicycles, ask me. I will ask the Minister of Bicycles to give you a bicycle. If you don't have boats, ask me. I'll ask the Minister of Boats to send a boat. But children must go to school. If they don't go to school, it will be hard for them to get employment. And that is the reason we set up the Guyana Youth Corps last year. You know, there was something called the Guyana National Service. In 2000, the year when the decline started on the Bar Jagdeo, they scrapped the Guyana National Service. Well, I had to reinstall the Guyana Youth Corps so that young people get an opportunity to get employment. Those of them who dropped out of school for one reason or the other, they now can go into the Guyana Youth Corps and get jobs, get training. So when they come out, they can raise families. That is what we're doing. We're bringing solutions to Pomeroon Supanam region. Every project that they tried to scrap that was beneficial to ordinary people and to young people, we have restored. The APNUAFC is strengthening communities. We are not dividing this region. This region is a beautiful region. Beautiful African people, beautiful Amerindian people, beautiful Indian people. We are not interested in dividing racial groups, ethnic groups, religious groups. We want a regional administration that brings all the people together. And the PPP is not doing that. The PPP is dividing up this region. It can't work, it will never work. It is making us all poorer. I am tired about talking about potential and promise. We want a regional administration that converts potential into performance. We want a regional administration that is concerned about the ordinary people, wherever they come from, whichever sub-region they come from, whether they come from the river or the coast. We want a caring administration that goes out and ensures that production flourishes in all of the communities throughout this region. We want to ensure that children who go to school can get there safely and get home safely. We want to ensure that they have meals. We want to ensure that the Presidential Initiative for Hinterland Development, which we all call the presidential grants, are used to improve indigenous communities. We want to ensure that children get the best health care anywhere in Guyana. We want to make sure that the Essequibo River is not used to divide the rest of the coastland from this part, the western part of Guyana. We want to ensure that after the oil money comes on stream, that bonanza, that bonus, that bounty is used for you. That is why we've declared a decade of development. We don't want to put oil money into the pockets of rich people. We want to put oil money into your homes, your households. And that is why Cabinet has deliberated. We are going to ensure that every family that gets its children to school will get a cash grant to keep their child in school. The money will be coming to you. It's your money. And we want people to start coming back to Region 2, not drifting away as they've been doing for the last 10 years. We want to make sure that production continues to prosper in Region 2 and not decline. We want to make sure that prosperity comes to every village, every community, Amerindian or African or Indian, into the towns. Not for the few, but for the many. This year, 2020, is a year of decision. It's a year for starting this decade of development. It's a serious year, and you have a serious decision to make in 33 days' time. March is the month that you will go out, and the 2nd of March is the day that you will decide. Believe me, the PPP is broken, not only in Region 2, but in Region 6, in every region. They're nervous, they're running scared. They know they do not have a winning team. Instead of walking on 2 legs, they're trying to walk on 3. But they don't realize it's the 3rd leg that got them in trouble in the first place. The PPP is as worried as ever. They go around the country repeating the same the same promises, the same pledges, the same policies that APNU was put out. I announced a decade of development. They don't have a counter for that. I announced free education at university. They don't have a counter for that. Once we get the money, free education will start. They will start free education in 5 years. They would not be on the horizon in 5 years. We'll be in charge for the next 5 years. People of Region 2, you all have suffered a lot. You've seen the PPP winning the elections. And you want to know what happened. What happened is that we weren't strategizing. We weren't mobilizing. And we have to turn that around and make a difference this month and next month and the 2nd of March. You have to realize that the source of all of your ills is the PPP control of the RDC and the NDCs. Believe me, the elections are winnable, the PPP is beatable, and APNUAFC is going to beat the PPP. We have worked hard for you. We deserve to continue in office. And I ask you tonight, can we win? I ask you tonight, will we win? Will we win? Will we win? Again and again. Nothing can stop us now. We will go back into power and remain in power to bring development to Region 2. And may God bless you all.